Have you met with the
super excited.
constituents here yet?
Yes, I have plenty.
I'm not a fraud. I'm not a criminal who defrauded the entire country and made up this fictional character and ran for Congress.
Newly elected Congressman George Santos has caused chaos in the U.S. government. He's accused of faking his entire resume, along with having questionable campaign finances reporting. Santos has denied most of the allegations, even as he was sworn in for his new House post this month. The allegations have sparked multiple demands for his resignation, as well as multiple investigations and calls for additional probes. Santos has repeatedly said he will not resign. Questions about Santos's financial dealings have included the sources of funding for his 2022 campaign, as well as a sharp increase in his reported earnings between his unsuccessful 2020 congressional campaign and victory in 2022. A financial disclosure form in 2020 said he made $55,000 from LinkBridge investors during the year, and listed no other assets, income, or liabilities. In 2022, Santos reported bringing in a $750,000 salary from his new company, the DeVolder Organization LLC, along with holding between $1 and $5 million in a savings account and an apartment in Rio de Janeiro valued between $500,000 and $1 million. According to documents filed with the Florida Secretary of State, Santos formed the DeVolder Organization LLC in May 2021. Santos says the DeVolder Organization was in the capital introduction business, similar to the company where he previously worked. He says that he landed a couple of million-dollar contracts in the first 6 months. Santos has confirmed little else about the specifics of how his company made money. His campaign website previously said that the company managed $80 million in assets, but that claim has since been removed. The Washington Post reported that financial data company Dun & Bradstreet estimated in July 2022 that the company had a revenue of only $43,688. Complaints against Santos allege that he's concealing the true sources of his 2022 congressional campaign funding, including the unexplained and highly suspicious origins of $705,000 Santos purportedly loaned his campaign. Unknown companies and individuals may have illegally funneled money to the campaign through a limited liability company he created. He also may have falsified reports on his campaign spending. In all, Santos reported 40 disbursements between $199 and $200. 37 of the expenditures were for $199.99, 1 penny below the FEC threshold for requiring receipts, invoices, or canceled checks. How he reported and used the funds in relation to his campaign could get him in legal trouble. House Ethics Committee rules say that candidates and new members must disclose any clients that paid more than $5,000 for services that the candidate or member personally performed. Santos did not list any clients on his financial disclosure, an issue noted by New York reps. The saga has become a distraction for Republican leaders, who are newly empowered with control of the House and are hoping to focus the public's attention on the Biden administration, particularly the recent discovery of classified documents at Biden's home and former office. While GOP leaders have seated Santos on a pair of committees and are quick to defend his right to remain in Congress after a fair election, some Republicans have called for his resignation.
Today, I'm calling on George Santos to immediately resign from Congress for the 3rd District.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, whose slim 4-seat majority can ill afford to lose a GOP member, has largely avoided the controversy. Most other Republicans are distancing themselves, warning that if Santos is found to have violated campaign finance laws, he should be booted from Congress. The New York Times reported that law enforcement authorities in Brazil, where Santos's parents were born, planned to reopen an investigation into Santos's alleged use of a stolen checkbook in 2008. Allegedly using a false name, he used the checkbook for nearly $700 in spending at a shop outside Rio de Janeiro. The investigation went dormant because Brazilian authorities were unable to locate Santos. Now, the officials plan to ask the U.S. Department of Justice to notify Santos about the charges, a move that would enable the case to proceed.